Few people would pay attention to this sign and plaque on a quiet back road west of Harrisville, Queensland, but they mark the start of Queensland cartography. When Brisbane was originally established as a penal settlement and still part of New South Wales, the surrounding areas were off limits to free settlers. However, as convict transportation was wound back during the 1830s, people were keen to take up land in the area, so Surveyor Robert Dixon was asked to properly survey the area. He was 21 when he arrived in Tasmania from England in 1821, but by 1826 had moved to Sydney, where he was appointed Assistant Surveyor under Lieutenant John Oxley, and then to Surveyor General Sir Thomas Mitchell. Over the following years he took part in surveys in the Blue Mountains, where he became lost and almost died. Surveys in southern New South Wales followed, then the Upper Hunter and New England districts in the early 1830s. However, in the mid-1830s he was reprimanded for exploring along the Bogan River rather than near the Macquarie River as instructed. Subsequently, he took 2 years' leave and returned to England on urgent private business. While in London, he published, without authority, a map of New South Wales, which he created from compiling official surveys. On his return to Sydney in 1838, Major Mitchell refused to reinstate him. In 1839, he moved to Moreton Bay, married Margaret Sibley, and commenced a trigonometrical survey of the district. To do this, he established a 3-mile baseline on what was then called Normanby Plains, selected because it was flat and level and offered clear views to 2 prominent nearby peaks, essential for triangulation, which was the basis of surveying with the theodolite. To ensure maximum accuracy in measuring this baseline, they built wooden boxes for the survey chain to minimise its expansion in the sun. From that baseline, they were able to triangulate and plot accurately throughout the district, although not without hardship. An assistant and his convict servant were killed by natives near Mount Lindsay. However, he again angered his superiors, firstly when his convict servant was arrested and Dixon's response saw him charged with attempting to incite mutiny. He was suspended, but the charge was later dropped. In 1831, he angered the governor by publishing his own map of Moreton Bay area, again without permission. So when the area was opened to free settlement in 1842, an application by Dixon to lease some government buildings was refused. He then headed to Sydney, but with little work available to him, he returned to England in 1846. 1852 saw him back in Australia, where he died in April 1858. Although Robert Dixon may have shown a casual regard for authority, he contributed significantly to mapping New South Wales and Queensland, which became a separate state in 1859.